Hi, this is Becky Canis, the co-founder of the Social Change Agency, here with my partner, Christine Marge. And this is our first time out for Game Changers. 5 minutes to inspire more freedom, connection, and creativity for people working to make the world a better place.
And this is Christine, and today's topic is how to say what's on your mind without being a total jerk.
Yeah, we think this is going to be a good one. So we have a staggering statistic to start this off with, that 75% of respondents in a recent study done by the Chronicle of Philanthropy said that internal politics, which we call drama, interfered with their work. And a lot of people think that what creates drama is when people say things, but really, we think what creates drama is what people don't say.
So that's what we're going to focus on today. Another stat that we found is that 67% of people we polled are procrastinating on saying something important to a colleague. So withholding something that they're feeling in the workplace.
Yeah, so what's withholding? So withholding is when you don't say something that's important. And we were wondering, why do people do this? And mostly we think it's just because what we were taught when we were growing up. I mean, how many people's parents said, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all? And we think that people are also afraid of how the other person will react. I know that happens to me sometimes. I have something I want to say, and I go through a little calculation in my head of how's the other person going to react to this, and I take that into consideration for whether or not I want to say something that's important.
So first you withhold, and then what happens? In our experience, bad things happen. So there's a pretty predictable cycle that first you withhold, you keep something you're feeling to yourself, then you withdraw from the relationship because there's something you're not saying, so you pull back, and then you project your stories onto this other person. You make up all kinds of stories about them and your experience with them.
So what's the way out of this vicious cycle? Well, we think it is something called revealing, and we think that is the game-changing superpower. So here's something important about revealing, is it's not about fixing or changing the other person. It's actually something about you. It's ultimately got nothing to do with the other person. And that belief is part of what has the cat having your tongue. It's about sharing what you notice and how you feel about it. And when you do that, it results in better relationships and more learning, more creativity. And revealing is an opportunity to step more fully into your power as a game changer.
So the next question then is, how do you do it? What does this revealing look like? And it's really about turning that projection focus, that focus on the other person, back to you. So the first thing, and very important, is to breathe, to just take a moment, pause, and breathe. You might have heard Becky just take a breath right there.
I just breathed right now.
So next, you want to get curious about what's going on for you. So pay attention to what you're feeling in your body. What parts of your body are getting lit up? And that's a great cue for what you're feeling. So generally, you're going to feel anger in your back, your shoulders, or your jaw. You'll feel sadness in your chest and throat, and you'll feel fear in your stomach.
Yeah, and once you get clear on what you're feeling, then the next thing you want to do is say something about it, and then you use the magic sentence, and yes, indeed, there is a magic sentence. And what makes this sentence magic is that you say something unarguable, and this is what stops the drama in its tracks. And the sentence would go something like this: I felt blank, and that can be sad or scared or angry, when blank happened. Now, if you wanted to, you could just say, I felt sad. You could just say, I felt angry. You don't have to include that second part, when what happened. But the key is that what happened is something that's not able to be argued with. And then after you say that, you simply wait to see what the other person says. And then you listen to what they say, and you have no idea what the other person said. And that's what really makes life exciting and creative, is like, you can't control it. You have no idea what it's going to be. And that's really the heart of what living from improv is all about. But one thing to know is that how they respond is about them. It's not something you control, and it's about them. Your job was done when you revealed, and then you kept, and you're present and available for what happens next. So we want to share a couple of examples of some things that might happen in your workplace, and just see if you could imagine saying something like this. So I'll go first. I feel scared to ask for a raise.
I felt sad when you didn't acknowledge that huge grant I just secured.
I I feel sad that you didn't include me in the press release about our work.
I feel angry that you showed up late to our meeting.
Again. I feel angry that you made a decision about my team without including me.
I felt scared when I saw you roll your eyes during the meeting. And one distinction that I'd love to make here is that, traditionally you learn about I statements and that all that matters is that you start your sentence with an I. And what we want to emphasize here is that what actually matters is sharing how you're feeling. So I feel like you're a jerk is actually not using this skill properly. So we want to make that distinction.
That doesn't count as an I statement.
No. All right, so some helpful hints before we close out. So we want to encourage you to practice just saying, I feel sad or I feel scared. Just try that on. And it can be just as matter of fact as saying what day it is. Keep a journal and write down what you're feeling and when you're feeling it to start getting a better sense of what's going on for you at work. And please post questions to our Facebook page and we will answer them.
So I'm going to practice that. So today is Friday and I feel angry. That was fun.
Do you really feel angry?
No, but it was just fun to practice. Okay. All right. So game changers master these skills. And what game changers are is people who have a great time making the world a better place. And when game changers show up, freedom, creativity, and connection happen. And this skill of revealing ties into 3 of the game changer master skills: leading with authenticity, inspiring 100% responsibility, and embodying integrity. And we are excited to be sharing all kinds of skills over the next couple weeks that help masters get their game going on these skills.
All right, so that wraps up today's Timeout for Game Changers. We hope you will join us again next Friday for another 5 minutes that we hope will inspire you to create more freedom, connection, and creativity as you work to make the world a better place.
Have a great week, everybody.